Hello everyone and welcome back to Neopets, the Darkest Faerie. Last time, everything was fine. This time, we're actually going to be talking to Saradar in order to actually learn some magic with that sad, sad look on Roberta's face. Yeah, she wants to learn some magic now, but we haven't even talked to the council yet in order to do our actual job here. And the other thing is that we left our wand back in Brightvale, so how are we supposed to actually learn some magic at this point? Simple. We're going to improvise, and we're going to build the wand from scratch. Everything we need is going to be in Faerie-land, apparently, according to Saradar, which includes 3 things. But I want to learn now. Get around here. Come on. Here we go. I don't want to read in the book. I want to talk to him. So yes, we need 3 things according to Saradar. We need a stick. Literally, just a stick. We also need a crystal or a stone, something that is going to be able to house some energy. And also kind of a catalyst, almost. Which, in this case, Saradar is saying fairy dust. Our job is to find these 3 materials. Wand handle, amplifier, and infuser. Alright. So, let's think for a moment. I'm pretty sure that we've already found one already outside in Faerie-land, and all 3 are actually outside of the library, so we might as well head out at this point. What we're going to be doing for this one is just kind of zipping around in order to find where everything is, because we've seen the map at this point. We can cut out a lot of runtime in order to actually get to these places. So there's the fairy dust, which is actually right outside of the library. And there's one more person we actually haven't talked to, which is Painter Howell. He's just painting. That's all he does. That's why he's called Painter Howell instead of Carpenter Howell. Thing he's doing, though, is in order to finish his painting, he needs some fairy dust as well. And he has a bottle in order to carry that fairy dust. But for some reason, he hasn't found fairy dust of his own at this point. Either that or he just can't be bothered to leave his painting. Who knows? So, in order to get one of the parts, we do need to do a small little side quest. But this one is actually really important to do. Not just for, continuing on with the actual game, but there's other things that Painter Howell will tell us once we actually finish this up. He also says that fairy dust comes from tiny fairies. He also tells us exactly where to go to, if you just kind of badger him enough. But anyway, we know where we're going. Let's head back to our wonderful dust pile here, right where the fairy totem, I guess, is. And now that we have the bottle, we can fill it. And now we have just a bottle of fairy dust. It's all swell. All good. And so we get the greatest surprise face in the world. I can't really see it right now. We'll get a better shot once we're actually ending talking. Jeez, I don't know if I can go so far. Whoa. Yeah, I can just bleed right into... That's good. Okay. So yeah, it's a little counterintuitive that you're going to put fairy dust on your painting in order to make a part of your picture invisible. But he also talks about a special ability that Meowclopses specifically have as pets. If you were to have one, chances are you could probably... Oh my god! Chances are you could probably encounter some hidden things. Now, the thing about this is that it's also very, very contextual. And in that case, I'm just meaning that it only really matters once in the game. And I'm not even sure if Meowclopses can really, like, point out hidden stuff other than this one time that we're going to be doing it specifically in Faerie-land. But that means that we need to go find a Meowclops. And if you remember from when I was kind of roaming around at the beginning of the last video, Neopets tend to hang around the hedge maze, or further along the line than I expected. Okay, let's pick up one here. Luckily for us, Meowclopses and Pets overall tend to stay around for a very long time. So if we head over to the West Garden, and this open area right here with our Meowclops, we get a special reward. Very, very special reward. Tower. Is it ours? Not necessarily. Welcome to the Hidden Tower store. Apparently the book tells the truth in that there's this hidden tower here. Fashioned off of the, well, kind of fashioned off of the secret tower store that's actually on the website in order to get some very expensive but very sought after paintbrushes that were very early on in the website's life. Now it's kept by Forsh, this nice phantom boy. He's pretty good. He's pretty fine about being dead. But when it comes to this version of the Hidden Tower store, there are a few interesting things in order to look at. Not so much the common things, but mainly the equipment that's also here. If you were really persistent about getting a whole lot of Neopoints from just the Golden Grass alone and spending a couple hours grinding, you could just boost Roberta up to having a whole lot of attack and defensive power by buying the wand and the fairy dress here. I'll probably talk more about the fairy dress as we are going through the game. And even the steep price of 5,000 Neopoints for that golden neg is a tall order to ask of me, kind of spending a whole lot of time in order to get some stuff. So for right now, I'll just freeload and take that mode off his hands and just kind of be on my way. I'll come back when I'm a little bit more rich. And when it's not playing boss music in there. Well, that's a lie. It'll always play boss music in there. Now if we look up, there's a nice glinty thing over there, which means that there's something that we are able to do. Like climb another tree. Sometimes it's going to be connected to a wall. Sometimes it doesn't look like it. Sometimes it works like a regular tree in that you're able to just climb up the trunk. But with trees, there's sometimes sticks that just go right through Roberta's head. Can I jump over there? I doubt I can. There's also a moat down there. Forget it. I'm not going to worry too much about moats or just collecting everything. It's not good shortcuts in this area either. So, now that we have the fairy dust and we have the stick, where could we find, well, a stone? Well, the last place that we really have to look for anything like that is the hedge mazes. And it's going to be over on the right hedge maze, over here. Closer to the stairs by this little barrier way here, we'll find a Stone of Illumination. Don't think too much about it, we're just going to be pretty much using it as the tip of our wand. And with that, we actually have all three pieces in order to go back to Seradar and make our wand. It's all good and safe and great. So yeah, now we can go and do some magic training. Hey Seradar, make me a wand, please. Aha, excellent. Roberta is now armed. So, unlike with Act 1 and Tor getting a very disjointed kind of tutorial in how to actually fight, Roberta's is very, very quick and simple. And I'm mixed about Roberta's playstyle, let's just say that, as we're going through the tutorial. Roberta really works best once you really understand how to use the mode system. And it should be super easy to understand the mode system. You just need some modes, that's all. I think that's the main thing that kind of holds her back in this section of the game, is that you don't have a whole lot of modes. So, first step, just use the attack button. That's pretty much it. Because it's going to be nice and equipped. Hit circle, and boom, we have some magic. I don't know if the librarian will like that, to be completely honest. I'm not entirely sure which book he's actually meaning. Oh, over by the librarian. That's also great. So, whenever we're actually looking around, you might have noticed that there's this weird red circle coming off of Roberta. She comes with an aiming reticle, which is, a little reliable? Let's just say I don't use it all that much. And my Meowclops over there has stopped moving. You good, man? Okay, there we go. Perfect. So, not only can you aim with the right stick and just kind of use your magic willy-nilly with the attack button, but you can also hold it up in order to make a huge charge blast, which is kind of the same as Tor holding up a sword and just kind of winding back in order to use it. Has the same effect when a mode is actually equipped to it. But now we get to the point where, my goodness, his ears are super pointy, aren't they? Now we get to the point where Roberta's playstyle really bothers me. Because pretty much what he's telling me to do at this point is button mash. And I didn't really get to show that off a good amount. But the thing about Roberta's playstyle and how most people play her is that they just mash the circle button non-stop. And it's really cheap. Let's just say that. Because not only does it look a little bit dumb to do it, but it's also the best way in order to play as her, because if you're button mashing, her magic homes in on a certain enemy. So let's equip that fire mote so we can use it against the book, and let's just see what happens when we are button mashing, pretty much. We look a little stupid, let's just say that. It also is not the most effective damage-wise. Please don't go through the stairs. But it certainly is the most reliable of getting like persistent hits in, because I find with a whole lot of enemies, they love dodging. Because Roberta is obviously your range character. And with that, that's pretty much all the tutorial you get with her. But you do get a change of look with her. And with all that said and done, we're all good. We have nothing more to do. The council is finished, so we can go ahead and head in and talk to the queen. Sweet.
Lady of the Western Skies, ruler of Faerie-land, my uncle sends his best wishes from Brightvale.
And we return our greetings and best wishes for his health. To what occasion do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
My lady, I am Seredar, royal sorcerer of the court of Brightvale. Dark clouds have emerged over Meridel, and we fear them. We ask for Milady's help.
I have noticed the darkness and sent word to Illumin about this matter. She has not answered, and we are concerned. When Faerie next passes over Meridel, I will look into the problem. That much I promise.
The citizens of Brightvale thank you for your wisdom and your action.
And then we're just kind of spat out at the doors that we kind of started all this at from. Now, remember what I said about this door not being a door? Well, and I can't talk to this guard. It's strange. Well, the next quest that we have is that we have to get some sleep, and we actually have to get back into the palace in order to do so. And I don't really understand why they kind of just, like, pop us out here. Because this door here, I don't think it connects to anything in Faerie at all. That door baffles me. I don't know where it goes. I have an idea of where it goes, but I don't have any discernible proof. Let's just say that. The other thing I'm going to mention while we're just kind of moseying along around here is, well, you kind of notice that I'm in these new red clothes as I'm going through. I'll also make point of this in the near future again as well. You might have noticed that I did not have these clothes worn when I was talking to Queen Viora in the cutscene. And no, I can't talk to that guy either. I don't know what it is with after that cutscene that only the right side guards are able to actually talk with me. But let's just say there is something in the game called, I guess, costume percent that you can do with it. And there's actually a guide online to focus on, like, what equipment that you're supposed to have at what time in order to match the cutscenes to the best of your ability. However, some of these scenes, and a couple of them are in Act 2 with Roberta, are impossible to do, and it comes down to when the certain cutscenes were coded versus when the game was actually put together in its proper order. I find it kind of fascinating that that's kind of there, but then again, game design, you kind of expect to have some things kind of done out of order and then pieced together as it comes closer and closer to the final result. But all in all, in order to get back into the castle, you have to remember that the old lady went over to the old locked door that was over in the other garden, and that is the way that you're supposed to get into the palace. From, the completely, not obvious direction in order to go, you think you'd be able to get through the front door. But no. You have to go through a completely strange area in order to get back into it. Some hospitality. Then again, they really do kind of point this out as the entrance just with the statue here. Especially when Keiko here is, well, here. And if we talk to him, he will show us directly straight to our room. But I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm in a huge, wonderful royal castle once again. I'm going to take some time in order to actually explore the place. Talk to the people who are here. Because, word to the wise, this is the only opportunity you're able to talk to anybody else in the castle. Like, you would think that this area right here would be the most opportune place for, having the front door. But no. I guess not. So, the Herald's gonna point us in that direction, and he will wait for us to be in a certain vicinity of him in order to continue going.
Hiya!
Otherwise, we have almost free reign in order to come around. And apparently this lady knows of the hidden tower shop and knows of the guy who actually runs it, Orsh. I think she's the only person in the game who actually recognizes the ghost who runs the place. This guard also mentions that the endless staircase and a way to get to it is through that back door there. But again, it's another door that we can't even interact with, so I don't know. It's also a guard area, or a cell area here. It's also a little bit, I don't know. Especially this very weird, conspicuous hallway that goes to what I can only assume to be an interrogation room. I don't know, it's a little bit strange to me. I don't know about you. The other door we can't get through. Yeah, 2 doors that just are doors. Don't go very much anywhere. Good job being a guard. So, this door that's kind of right in this huge foyer here, where do you think it goes? Apparently it goes to a clock tower. I have no clue, rhyme, or reason where anything is map-wise anymore, because that should be the door that goes to the outside in my brain. And again, I'm thinking way too hard about a Neopets game. It's just my life. The other thing Fiora's Castle loves to do in a couple of its places is have very weird connecting rooms. Also has another book. Oh, this is just the endless staircase again? Okay. Just kind of office after small library after office. Kind of really don't understand the rhyme or reason behind these kind of weird connected rooms and what they're supposed to functionally do. There's a save point over here, at least. As well as way down in front. That's a little bit too far. Personal bubble? Personal bubble? Okay. And it's always good. Then we have another long hallway that leads to a door. Chances are it's locked. Hey, there we go. Alright. Also, in the northeast corner of the castle is also another place with a door that we are not able to do anything with. It's almost like there's secrets here that they're waiting to drop on us at any point. Or maybe I'm getting my hopes up. Who knows? Let's head back and actually go to our room at this point. At least he gets his jogging in for the day. Is that a... What are you trying to say, man? You saying I should tip you? Forget it. Now, he makes this message. If you need me, I'll be waiting at the entrance. And then he goes on his merry way. What if we were to follow him? He will go back to his original place, over by the entrance where you talked to him the first time in order to lead you to your room. But he doesn't talk to you afterwards. So I guess I don't need him? Or he's just a straight up liar, saying if you need me I'll be at the entrance. And then it's just like, well yeah, but you can figure out the rest on your own. It's just a bed. You're supposed to sleep in it, right? Yeah, whatever. So, our room is obviously the one with the save point, but we do get another one, which presumably is going to be for Seradar, who apparently gets a much nicer bed than we do. Kinda want this room. Can we switch? Oh well. It's been a long day. I do want to keep my Meowsclops nice and safe with me. As long as I can. And with that, we can actually go back in and have a good snooze. It's been a day. But I learned some magic. It's always good. So yeah. Time to go to bed. See you next time, everyone.